Friday. We've made it. We've made it to Friday. It is 8:30. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna say is, okay, not only are Crocs super ugly, I own a pair, by the way, so I can say that, but does anybody talk about this? Can we talk about this? I think one of the reasons it doesn't bother me as much is because I like jellies. Yeah, you know, jellies. They smell good, but they gave you blisters. Okay, so we got a couple of housekeeping items to talk about. I don't know if I want to call it roses and thorns, but some of it is good. Some of it is not so good. The first thing is we made it to Friday. So that is a hella rose. It is the end of the week. It's awesome. It's Friday. Woo! The other rose is Parker's already on his way back. I text him at 7:30. No, I text him at 6:30. I text him at, his mom gets up real early, like 4:30 or 5 in the morning. So I know he's gonna be awake. Anyway, I text him. And when he responded, I was like, oh man, I thought you were gonna tell me you were on the road. He's like, oh, I am. I mean, he bolted out faster than, I don't know, a bat out of hell. I honestly don't know why that's a saying, but I've Americanized, so that I'm gonna use it. So those are two roses. We need to talk about my two thorns. My first thorn is I didn't get to post a vlog last night because a brand is still reviewing my content. I don't want to toot my own horn, but we were talking about this just yesterday. I am a nerd. I know nerd has a negative connotation. I know people use it to tease kids. Actually, I don't even know if that applies anymore. At least for our generation, like millennials and older, if you called someone a nerd, that was a bad word. I think now it might be like a badge of honor, but I'm a nerd, okay? So if I ever get a brand deal, not only is it a brand I love, it's typically a brand I've already used on my own without being like offered the item. And if I haven't, it's an item or a service or whatever that I asked to try for a long time before I talk about it with you guys. I pride myself in hating the street sweeper. Like, is this new? Because I live in the suburbs. I have never experienced street sweeping in the neighborhood. Like, sure, on the streets, like the main streets, but it's very weird. And it's a neighborhood, so like everyone has their garages full of shit, so nobody actually parks in their garage. I think I'm probably the only one. And like, so there's cars everywhere. They're not really sweeping anything. They're just making lots of noise. That's a thorn. Those like really weird sounds, like those looming background sounds, really break up my concentration. I think it's a neurospicy thing. Anyway, so back to how I'm negative self-talking about myself. So I'm a nerd, and I think in the almost 12 years that I've been doing YouTube, or however long, I think we started in 2013, that we've been on YouTube, I've had 2 partnerships that send back edits, either like that's not right or do it again. 2. And other than that, I get instant approval. And that's just what happens because I do a good job, and I want to make sure that I do a good job in branding so that it feels right for you guys and me, but also so that, you know, the brand is getting what they paid for. And that's a showcasing of whatever product or service they want me to talk about. So when I started to do this weekly vlog thing, one of my stipulations was like, if you can guarantee that you're gonna turn that around, the viewing of it, in 24 hours, then we can do it. Because that way I'm still on track with posting my weekly vlogs. Oh yeah, no problem. Actually, if you send it to us first thing in the morning, we will have it by the end of the workday for you to post that night. I'm like, okay, cool. But just in case, I sent it the night before, okay? So they just ruined my momentum. Do you know how dysregulating it is to kill a neurodivergent person's momentum? That is like, that could be catastrophic. I don't think they know. I don't think they realize they're doing that. So that's one of my thorns. The other thorn isn't a thorn. It is a rose bush, okay? I don't know why this happens to me, honestly. I really think I manifest it. I am a believer. I am a Catholic through and through, and I am not allowed to believe in manifesting. But I think that I am manifesting the discontinuing of body washes. Maybe I'm thinking catastrophically right now. Maybe I'm black and white thinking. Maybe I have way too much body wash trauma, caress, because Ulta doesn't carry my body wash anymore. And it's on sale at Target. And Walmart doesn't have it. That's enough evidence for me to infer that it's getting discontinued, Soap and Glory. So Smoothie Star from Soap and Glory, if you guys see it, let me know, because I will drive and I will, hoard as much of it as I can possibly find, because this woman in her 40s and perimenopausal does not have the bandwidth to live through this trauma again, okay? We did it once and I was young and vibrant. I had toddlers, like I could handle everything. I can't do it anymore. I cannot suffer the death of my replacement body wash. I can't do this twice in a lifetime, I already lived through how many catastrophic events? You know how they say millennials have lived through how many world I can't do this again. Soap and Glory, are you changing the packaging or something? And that's why you're pulling it from the shelves? Because this is not the way that I thought my life would end. That's not what I meant, but you know what I mean? I didn't think this was going to be another season in life. What the hell? Let's talk about roses again. Parker's on his way home. He should be home by lunchtime, so that's nice. The other nice thing is I have my favorite Pilates class at 9 a.m. So that's going to turn it around for me until I walk out and remember that I don't have any more of my favorite body wash. You know what I should do? One of these vlogs should be hey, come with me all over Dallas. We're going to drive to every single Ulta that I can reach within a 40-mile radius and buy all the Soap and Glory body wash I can find. But when you do something like that, sure, it's great for content, and sure, it's great for my next, 1,000 showers, but ultimately you will run out, you will run out, and then what's going to happen? It's like when you're a sugar mama and you have a sugar baby. Eventually the money, the allure to the money is going to run out, and then what do you have? He's leaving you. So am I just delaying the inevitable? At least the street sweeper's gone. There's a rose. Good thinking. I want to share with you guys one last thing before we head out the door to Pilates. And I'm going to not say anything because of confidentiality reasons, but I think it's important to talk about. I got a comment from one of my Panda friends, longtime subscriber, longtime friend. And she said, hey, I have a neurospicy baby and I could really use some words of encouragement. And I think for me, the most difficult part of a comment like that is I wish I could help, because most days are hard for me as well. And it was really hard for me to think of any words of encouragement. And I don't think I checked the box in answering her question or supporting her in the way maybe she had hoped. But it did sort of remind me of the power of parenting and allowed me to share something really important and really special, and also not private, but personal, about my life, my upbringing, and my current marriage. And what I told her is, as a former neurospicy child that suffered a lot during her childhood, being raised in a home where love was used like tokens, it was 1,000% conditional. So if mom was busy, we didn't get attention. And if we needed a hug, we had to go earn it, clean a room, wash a dish, take out the trash, dust, vacuum. So love wasn't given because we were a part of a family and children need love to thrive. It was, hey, I'm busy right now. Go clean your room. And then when you're done, I'll hug you. Hey, can't you see that I'm on the phone? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Later. I saw somewhere this publication that said boomer parents that are active grandparents wanted to be parents. Boomer parents that are absent grandparents never wanted to be parents, but they felt like they didn't have a choice. And I've heard that story over and over with my mom where she's like, oh, I got pregnant with both of you on birth control. I had your brother because your dad wanted to be a dad, but you were a surprise. So I was a surprise, everybody. I mean, they're fully 1,000% absent from my kids' lives as grandparents. And it's something I've made peace with. It hurts, but it doesn't bother me. And so words of encouragement are, I grew up in a household with conditional love, but I had the fortune and the blessing to meet someone and like get married again that taught me unconditional love. On the days where I am the prickliest, where I am the most difficult, where I am the moodiest, where I am the saddest, when I am the meanest, Parker loves me harder. He hugs me more often. He helps me more. The days where I feel like I should be hidden from the world are the days that he wants to be around me the most. And it kind of closed the circle for me when raising a neurospicy child, because growing up in a world where you feel so alone, you annoy your teachers, you don't have friends, you're loud and annoying, weird things make you feel gross, you have sensory issues, you just don't fit socially into any social network. And then imagine coming home and feeling that same way here. They don't deserve that. So while having a neurospicy child, he or she is always going to have a difficult time in this world. It's just part of life. They will learn to adapt. They will learn, executive functioning skills. They will learn all of that, obviously with your support and encouragement, but they'll figure it out. And usually they grow up to be really amazing rock stars, entrepreneurs, artists, musicians. They have this magical brain that allows them to think so differently from everyone else. But to gift them a tiny, small corner in this world that feels safe, turning your home into a place that they know they can be weird, they can be loud, they can be picky, they can have weird little sensory quirks, they can scream talk or take jokes too far, where they have a safe space to exist, to know that there is a place in this world where what everyone tells you about you that is weird, that is loud, it is accepted in that home, that you aren't seen as odd or as weird. To be able to create that for our child is the best gift that we can do. And most days it's hard, most days it's difficult, because if you are neurodivergent yourself or have, are an adult and are struggling and have a job and have to take care of a home, it's always really hard. You don't have all that extra energy to spare. But if in the back of your mind, you're always providing a safe space and unconditional love, that baby is going to take over the world. That baby's going to fly, is going to soar. And it's the best gift you can give them. So even on those days where you feel tired, give love. Love is free. And sometimes it takes a lot of energy, but sometimes you don't even need to say anything. A little tap on the shoulder, a kiss on the forehead, and I hope you had a good day. How was your day today? I missed you. Just a tiny little phrase. It puts that sparkle back into their day, even if when they went to school, their kids, the kids were nice to them. So I really liked getting that comment, because in some ways it reminded me of how important we are to our kids and how difficult it is to be a parent sometimes. But imagine how difficult it is to be a kid that's growing up for the first time and not repeating those same feelings that we felt growing up. So it's truly a gift to be able to be a kid with our kid, to heal ourselves and be a child for a second time, watching them be a child for the first time. I'm not sorry for getting so heavy on a Friday morning. I know that I may have ruined your mascara at the moment, or maybe this doesn't apply to you at all, but there's a really big human aspect to these vlogs, and sometimes it's exactly the thing we need to hear. And maybe it doesn't apply to you today, but maybe it'll apply to you tomorrow or in a year. And I thought it was significant enough to share, kind of like how Soap and Glory has broken my heart. I'm going to be late. I'm going to show up with puffy face to Pilates, but after I leave, I know I'm going to feel awesome. I'll talk to you later. Guys, it is a little bit after 6, checking in for the last portion of this vlog. We may have had a last minute impromptu date night, or I may have accidentally drank too many modelos. But you know what? When like you ask for extra limes and they bring you a whole cup full of limes, like you really get excited, you know? When you don't see your husband for 2 days and he comes home and everything just feels right in the world, you really show your ass. So he came home and he got me a present. Tell me if this isn't the most like perfect gift for somebody like me. First of all, he was on a road trip that's like almost 6 hours away to the middle of nowhere. Literally the middle of nowhere. And yet he somehow found the tiniest little bag with every color in the rainbow. So I thought we could open it together. And while we open it, I want to share a story with you guys. And if I sound or look a little bit like maybe I had too many modelos, it's because I did. So we're putting it out there in the world. This is the mini emergency kit. You want to see it? Okay, all right, let's look at it together. So Sophia and I are going to unbox the mini emergency kit. He's like, I don't know what's in it. Just open it and throw it away. I just thought you really needed this bag in your life. Look at this. Is that not me in a bag or what? Oh, it's rainbow and it's tiny. Do you see it? Do you see it? So this is kind of neat actually because it's a little bag, but in this little bag, you have lip balm. Oh my goodness. You have, this is the pill container. A pill container? I mean, that's brilliant. For my migraine medication. You have a mirror. Look at you, ready for anything. It's like a tiny mirror. You have breath drops. Okay. I might need those in a couple of seconds here. You have a comb. Oh, wait, the comb has a hair tie around it. So it's like a comb with a hair tie. Why are you panting? Oh, this is going to be a lifesaver. It's like a tiny nail file. You know how I feel about tiny nail files. Always need those. You have a deodorant wipe. This is a deodorant. I'm like, for your armpits. Y'all know how my armpits smell. We have, like, it's like a Mary Poppins bag. A stain remover. Oh, that's definitely going to come in handy. We have, it's all from this little tiny bag. Nail polish remover. Okay. Useful. Shemergency tape. Oh. Double-sided tape. So, like, if I had voluptuous, you know what I'm talking about, and it was, like, trying to fall out of my, then you would put this on. This actually comes in handy when you have those, like, really low-cut shirts, which I do wear on occasion. Probably only when we're in Mexico. It comes in handy. Oh, my God, stop it. A little sewing repair kit. How does this all fit in here? Is there a puppy in here? Tell me the truth. There's a puppy in. Oh, wow. They thought about everything. Extra backs to earrings. This is brilliant. This probably was like a Shark Tank, like, you know, business. Oh, Band-Aids. You have Band-Aids. There's like a Band-Aid. You have floss. What? Okay, this is just the thing that says everything that comes in here. Wow, and that's all in here. Oh, this is the cutest little container for like my AirPods. Do you like it? Okay, it's super Lisa Frank. I love it. Okay, so here's the update. Parker came home. The boys came home. The boys went with Dad. We went to dinner. We had too many modelos. I mean me, but I'm trying to relieve the shame. I just unboxed this with you, and I was telling Parker, I'm like, you know, I'm kind of bummed out because my body wash. And he's like, no. I guess we've been together long enough where he knows that I have discontinued far too many things that I love. And he's like, well, how do you feel about us going to breakfast tomorrow and then hitting up all the Ultas? And I was like, you know how I feel about you talking dirty to me in public places like this. So if you guys watch tomorrow's vlog, it might just be a lot of me running into Ulta's, buying Soap and Glory Smoothie Star, because when I did a random Google search, you can't find it anywhere. And she's obviously very upset about that. Anyway, that is today's vlog. Thank you for hanging out with me. And I gotta go tend, to my husband and do wifely duties, like fall asleep because we had too many beers. I love you. Bye.